September is National Courtesy Month, and it's a good time to be reminded of how our actions affect others. Court standing by with our civility expert, Rosalinda Randal, to get some tips on how to be mindful of how we interact with each other.
Indeed. And I just feel like it's always nice, first of all, to see you, Rosalinda, but it's like a breath of fresh air, just to be reminded that kindness is really very groovy.
Thank you, groovy. Yeah, cool and
Yeah,
in and
all
yes.
the things, all the things.
At least it should be.
It should be. I will say this: I am a huge fan of someone if they make a mistake, if they are in error of some way, if they own up to it, that speaks volumes of character.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also, wouldn't we want the same?
Yeah.
Just opportunity for us. So misunderstandings. There are so many, especially with texting too.
Right.
Sometimes even my husband will just go, okay, after I poured my guts out, like that's all you've got for me. But I know him, so I understand.
Yeah.
But before, hopping on social media or anything, privately, calmly, clear it up with the person and just say, you said this and I took it this way. Is that what you meant?
Is that what you meant? Okay.
So simple. And if they say yes, well, then now you know how to deal with it.
Right.
But they just, many times it'll be, what? What are you talking about? And you can just clear things up and save so many relationships that way.
And you say you should give people the space and time to do so.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't we want that if we're curt with someone just because, and sometimes it's subconscious, we're just in a hurry. Well, we don't want them to take that personally and give us a chance like, hey, what's wrong with you today? Oh gosh, catch us and go, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You say that the way we speak to people, be tactful.
There is no other way for me. Maybe that's because of how I was raised. My parents never raised their voice to us, to each other. I never heard anything. But to me, that is the core of how we communicate. And for me, I have these filters, boundaries, principles, whatever you want to call them, that before I respond to anyone, whether I know you or not, I run them through this filter.
Okay.
I just don't see how you can have a productive conversation if you don't have your boundaries and standards, because how you behave, how you speak to me is really irrelevant to me, because you are not going to affect my dignity and my integrity on how I speak back to you. So that's where I come from. I won't lose my dignity and integrity for you.
And I feel like that's connected to, as you were talking about, being in control. If you know that you're in a bad mood, you got to figure out how to control.
Yes, and we're always in a bad mood, and our family usually sees that a little more often than other people. Thank you for forgiving us. But we all do that. At work, it's a little bit different. Sometimes we come in, your coworkers know you, but if to me, the rougher part, the more difficult person is one day they're willing to, share everything with you, and then the next day, if they're in a bad mood, don't even approach them. And if you are in a bad mood and you do say something, go back and apologize, bring in donuts or, bagels the next day.
Yeah, that was full circle. Brings it right back to that first point. Be willing to own up to it if you make a mistake.
That's all it takes.
All right. It just seems so common sense.
It is.
But sometimes it just isn't that easy.
No, I think our ego gets in the way.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that prevents us from extending the olive branch, and we need that so much right now.
Well, it's a great month to remind us with Courtesy Month. Thank you so much for coming in. She is the author of Don't Burp in the Boardroom. We're going to link all the details for Rosalinda Randal to our website, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. Back to you.